One COVID vaccine is on pause. The concerns causing the nation and the tri-state to hit the brakes in the race to vaccinate when it comes to Johnson & Johnson.
It was rain-free today, but what about through the night? I'll show you the changes ahead.
Rats on the rebound. The surge in complaints as COVID restrictions relax. This is News 4 Now for April 13th. I'm Adam Cooperstein, and it's an unexpected detour in this race to vaccinate. Distribution of the single-dose Johnson & Johnson vaccine has been put on pause as health officials now investigate reports of a rare but potentially dangerous blood clot. The CDC, along with the FDA, recommending the pause as they investigate these unusual clots in 6 women. They say the cases all happen 6 to 13 days after vaccination, and all of the women are between the ages of 18 and 48. Health officials say one of the women died. Another woman is in critical condition. But again, the FDA stresses this is extremely rare.
Right now, I'd like to stress these events appear to be extremely rare. However, COVID-19 vaccine safety is a top priority for the federal government, and we take all reports of adverse events following vaccination very seriously.
None of these cases has been reported in the tri-state, but out of caution and in line with the federal decision, New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut are also going to pause distribution. New Yorkers with J&J vaccine appointments are going to instead get the Pfizer vaccine. In New Jersey and Connecticut, appointments are being rescheduled with either Pfizer or Moderna. Mayor de Blasio says this is a big setback. 234,000 New Yorkers have received the vaccine, the mayor included.
Just to affirm for everyone who did receive a Johnson & Johnson shot, I received the shot. Our health commissioner, Dave Choksi, received the shot. We believe in the effectiveness of this vaccine, but obviously we take seriously any warning and it needs to be fully investigated. But in the meantime, it has been a crucial part of our fight against COVID.
An advisory committee is scheduled to meet Wednesday to review the reactions and consider what to do next. More than 6.8 million doses of the J&J vaccine have already been administered in the U.S., and the vast majority with 0 or mild side effects. The news comes as the tri-state passes a milestone. More than 25% of the population in New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut are now fully vaccinated. That includes nearly 5 million in New York, 2 million people in New Jersey, and more than 1 million people in Connecticut. Well, newly released results of an MTA survey show that right now crime is the greatest concern for subway riders, even greater than mask wearing, social distancing, and cleanliness. According to the survey, 72% of all current subway customers are very concerned with crime and harassment in the system. Only 26% say they're satisfied when it comes to crime and harassment on trains. And only 34% said they were satisfied when asked about crime at subway stations. 76% said they feel safer in the presence of uniformed police. In response, an MTA spokesperson says the Transportation Authority is now throwing every resource in making sure riders feel safe from both crime and COVID. As more New Yorkers are getting back on their feet after a year of the pandemic, apparently so are the rats that survived. 311 received over 2,900 rodent complaints just last month. That's an 80% surge compared to last year when the city went into lockdown. That number's even higher, though, than pre-pandemic levels. In March of 2019, there were close to 2,400 complaints about rat and mouse sightings across the 5 boroughs. Are you looking for the perfect pet? Well, how about a demonic, man-hating Chihuahua? That's the way Tiffany Fortuna describes the dog she has been fostering. His name is Prancer, and she is desperately trying to find him the right home. In a Facebook post, Fortuna described Prancer as a neurotic, man-hating, children-hating dog that looks like a gremlin. She actually says he's never been properly socialized. But according to our partners at NorthJersey.com, potential adopters have come forward from around the world anyway asking about Prancer. According to the Second Chance Pet Adoption League, his ideal owner would be a loner with a sense of humor. I'd say only women need apply. It's a sure sign things are slowly getting back to normal in the city. SummerStage is returning to Central Park with those free music and dance performances and some paid concerts that are benefits. Central Park says you can expect the live in-person performances to have COVID restrictions. And SummerStage, by the way, has been going strong since 1986, except last summer it was forced to go dark because of the pandemic. After a gloomy and gray Monday, the sun returns. And Maria, we are liking this much needed taste of spring.
It did feel a bit like a spring break today, right, compared to yesterday. And the good news is it's going to be a nice, pleasant and quiet evening ahead. So as you make plans, we'll hang on to the fair skies. A few clouds, though, increasing later on tonight. By 10 p.m., we're still into the mid-50s, and that continues after midnight. Beyond that, though, the clouds will really begin to increase. As we get to tomorrow morning, down near 50 degrees for the city, 49, 45 in White Plains, 46 in Islip. And this time, instead of a northerly wind, we're now looking at a southwesterly wind, and that is going to bring back the cloudiness. But what about the rain showers? Well, you can see with the hour-by-hour forecast, while yes, the clouds are on the increase, we do stay dry, and that'll be the case for at least the first half of the day Wednesday. Not so much the second half, and definitely not for the rest of the week.
Now to a COVID survivor's inspiring story. A year after battling the virus for more than a month, getting placed on a ventilator twice and put on a medically induced coma, a man from Greenwich, Connecticut is doing something doctors and nurses never thought he'd be able to do. And as News 4's Mark Santia shows us, he's doing it all for the healthcare professionals who saved him.
Gabriel Sid was the 2,500th COVID patient to be discharged from Greenwich Hospital.
I left the hospital in a wheelchair. I had lost 50 pounds. My goal at that point was to get from the bed to the walker and then maybe use the walker to go to the bathroom. That was my big exercise for the day.
Today, his exercise goal is much more ambitious. Gabriel is running his first 5K ever.
I've never been a runner, so I never dreamt that I would be a runner after what I went through and how I felt coming out of the hospital.
Marking the one-year anniversary since he was rushed to the hospital with COVID-19.
And I was actually ventilated twice. I came off the ventilator after 18 days. I went down again, and they had to ventilate me again the second time. So the odds of me surviving were very, very limited.
Gabriel battled COVID-19 for 37 days. He survived, and he's now running to deliver a message of gratitude.
And all the nurses and doctors, 150 plus people who every day sacrifice their own lives, their families, to get me out of there. That's why I'm doing this today, for them. It's not for me, it's for them, because they fought so hard for me, and I owe it to them.
One of the first faces Gabriel saw today was the last face he saw before being placed in a medically induced coma, Nurse Ellen Stakem.
I would have never believed it. I would have never believed it. We didn't think he was going to make it out of the ICU.
Surrounded by friends and family, including his wife.
Just very happy to see him here and celebrating with him here alive.
Gabriel says this is not the finish line, it's just the beginning after being given a second chance at life.
I just want to thank all of you guys. Without you, this wouldn't be possible.
In Greenwich, Mark Santia, News 4 New York.
Let's take a look at what New York Live has for us today.
Who doesn't love a delicious delivery straight to their front door? Well, today I'm talking to two companies that will make your delivery dreams come true. First up is Cook Unity, which takes meals designed by some of your favorite chefs and delivers them right to your fridge.
So Mateo, tell me, what exactly is Cook Unity?
Unity is a new, first of its kind, chef-to-consumer platform. So we offer weekly meal plan subscriptions. Now the most talented and passionate chefs can cook your meals daily. And we deliver prepared meals that are fresh, ready in minutes. Currently we offer 300 meals a week, and they rotate every week or every month. So customers can filter out by dietary restriction or by number of calories. We ship the food the same day, and you receive meals that are good for 5-7 days from there.
I've done at-home meal ordering subscriptions, and I've never seen as many options as you have on this platform. Thank you so much for what you're doing for the food world. It was really nice talking to you today.
Who needs a drink? You know what, even if you don't need a drink, you're going to want a drink after you see what they're serving up at the Bad and Boozy Cocktail Company.
Essie, the Bad and Boozy Cocktail Company, I fell in love with it just seeing it without even trying it. What exactly is it?
So the Bad and Boozy Cocktail Company is a small batch cocktail company who makes fresh cocktails with fresh juices, popsicles, jello shots. One thing I think that people really like about us is that we offer the opportunity for them to have their cocktail in whatever container they want. It's a good drink presented in a fun way.
I love this idea. How did you come up with it?
Everyone that knows me knows I love a good cocktail. So I've always done this at parties. I've done this for my friends. Anytime, it's an open bar, people are like, you go make something. So I kind of took that skill and that interest in, enjoying a really good drink and making drink experience and made a company out of it.
Well, Essie, thank you so much for introducing me to your amazing home delivery cocktail business. I will be a regular customer.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you right back here tomorrow.